Hey guys, Cheersburger here. So I'm making this video as a live stream because, well, I just don't want to go through the whole upload process on YouTube right now because I don't have that much time. So anyways, let's go into our code. So here's the code that CheersKeving has taught me how to make. Special thanks to him for making these amazing KOS tutorials. There will be a link in the iCards up in the top right about now. So, his tutorial is trying to get the Kerbal X stock craft from Kerbal Space Program to the Mun. And so far I've gotten it to make a circular orbit around Kerbin. So the way this works is it makes a bunch of functions, calls the main function, and then the main function calls the do launch, do ascent, and then until apoapsis is greater than 100, do the auto stage, and then once apoapsis is greater than 100, do shutdown, and then do circularization. So basically, runs through here, do launch, does the countdown, stages, ignition, print, wait one, safe stage, liftoff. Which safe stage, just make sure that the stage is ready, otherwise it just kind of breaks and doesn't work. So then after that, does the ascent, which follows this ascent path, and then locks target direction to 90, or sets target direction 90, locks steering to this heading target direction, which is 90, so that's 90 degrees as heading. And then the target pitch, which is this, takes the altitude, and then multiplies it by a bunch of things, subtracts it from 88, and that's your degrees. And then it does this auto stage thing, so when the thrust drops, then it stages. And then all that this code does, man, I can't talk, is does the circularization. So first step is to set the scoring system. So here's your score. Then it takes a maneuver right here, adds one to a bunch of these, and then until it gets to the perfectly circle orbit by just process of just adding and subtracting, then it returns the best candidate to here, and then it just keeps doing that until the maneuver comes out, and then it executes the maneuver, which the code is right here to execute the maneuver, which then sets its parameters, adds maneuver to flight plan, calculates the start time, and then 10 seconds before the start time, the vehicle points the right direction, locks steering to maneuver target, and then lock throttle to 1. Once it's complete, cuts the throttle, unlocks steering, removes the maneuver from the flight plan, and then at that point it's a circular orbit, which the math to figure out how to do all that is right here. And there's the end of it. So now let's see what it does. So I'll jump over into Kerbal Space Program. I can get to OBS in time. Okay. And here we go. So it does the countdown. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, ignition, 1, liftoff. It starts that pitch over to 88 degrees, and then starts doing that smooth transition. And then right about now we see drop in thrust, so it separates the boosters, which will fall back down somewhere around like there. And then it keeps going, sees a drop in thrust, drops the boosters. They'll land in the ocean somewhere. And then it keeps going. I'm going to speed it up a tiny bit. And then it sees a drop in thrust, separates those. And now it just keeps pitching over until our apoapsis reaches 100, and then it shuts down the engine. Okay, getting pretty close now, and there it goes. The engine shuts down, and you immediately know the spazzing of the maneuver down here, which is basically the computer trying to figure out the right maneuver to get into a circular orbit. So you can see it keeps making this maneuver right here. It's going to eventually shift it over to here, and then figure out everything until it becomes a circle. So just trial and error right now. So it adds 1 to parts of the maneuver, which isn't the best way to do it. There are faster ways, but they're more complicated. You notice the game really slowing down now because it has to do so much math. So wait for that to figure out its maneuver. While it's doing that, I'm gonna give another thanks to CheersKeving at the end of this video. Check out his channel. Top right iCard, click that, go to his channel. Watch his KOS tutorial. And yeah, now just sit back and wait for it to figure this out. Okay, it's getting a little bit closer now. My chair is loud when I'm moving it. You can probably hear that. And here's the maneuver. You can see it getting closer and closer to apoapsis as it's realizing, hey, we should be burning at the apoapsis. You can see this apoapsis flashing, but no periapsis yet, so it hasn't even gotten into a stable orbit. Oh, there it goes. We're starting to get above the terrain, up to 10,000. Lag spike. There we go. 28, 30. Just keep rising. Not like AMD, but a different type of rising. Okay, it's in orbit, and now just waiting for it to become a circle. And there we go. It figured out the best orbit, so let's see how it did. 10, 289, or 100, 289, 99, 650, or 695, which is pretty close. So now we'll warp to like there. So now the vessel will begin pointing towards the maneuver. And now it fires up its engine. And then what it does is it figures out when this maneuver flips to the other side, then it cuts the engine, which works pretty well. 102, 615, 99, 964. So we are in orbit. It says it ran, and now the only thing now is that the program won't end, so I can't get any control when I'm pressing my keys. And that is because I added a line of code that says wait until false. False will never be true. So until false is true, run the program. False will never be true, so the program keeps running. And that is how how CheersKeving has taught us to get into a circular orbit. This took me about a week to do because of school, and it's been a lot of fun. Again, check out his tutorial, and that's the end of the video. So this has been Chesburger, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!